The waitress threw water at her out of racism, not knowing she was the wife of a crime boss. "There's your bath, trash. That'll wash the filth off you," she shouted, soaking the black woman, unaware her husband could destroy her life with a single call. The restaurant, the Onyx Room, glittered in black marble and gold trim, a playground for the rich in downtown Chicago. At 8:37 p.m., a couple entered, black, elegant, magnetic. He wore a charcoal suit, his gaze sharp, his presence quiet but dangerous. She was regal, her yellow gown flowing as if it had its own gravity. They walked to their reserved table unescorted, observed but unwelcomed. Cassandra, a 26-year-old white waitress with a mean smile, saw them and sneered. "What are they doing here?" she muttered. "Maybe came to clean." Her co-worker frowned. "Stop it." "Oh, please," Cassandra whispered. "This isn't their kind of jungle." She approached the couple, dripping contempt. "What did I get you to drink? Lemonade? Or maybe a rum cocktail? Something from home?" The woman didn't flinch. "Sparkling water, please." Cassandra laughed softly. "Sparkling water? How fancy. Sure you wouldn't prefer something more tropical? More your class." The woman set her glass down gently, posture straightening, calm but cutting. "Listen carefully," she said evenly. "If you open your mouth again like that, you'll be swallowing your own teeth." Cassandra blinked, then hissed. "I'll never apologize to a useless black woman and an ape she calls a husband." "You're not sorry," the woman replied, tone precise. "You're just disturbed that I don't bow like you expect. I came here to dine, and my money's as good as yours." Cassandra smirked. "Oh, look at you so refined. You can talk nice, but no dress or accent erases what you are. A black woman trying to play white." The husband finally spoke. "Enough." Cassandra folded her arms. "Enough what? I'm just saying what everyone's thinking. You people don't belong here. You're not a gentleman, and she's no lady." The woman rose, her voice low. "You don't know me. I'll give you one last chance to apologize." Cassandra laughed, brittle. "Apologize?" "For telling the truth." Then, burning with defiance, she grabbed a pitcher of ice water from a passing tray and hurled it straight into the woman's face. A splash, ice scattering like glass. "There's your bath, trash. Cool off before you go back to the ghetto." The silence that followed was suffocating. The husband didn't shout. He simply took out his phone, locked the doors. No one in, no one out. His tone was calm, practiced. Cassandra froze. The air turned heavy. The manager dropped a glass. A waiter crossed himself. Two men appeared from the entrance. Dark suits, dead eyes, one with a scar, the other with gloves. The drenched woman brushed her hair back, regal even now. "I gave you a chance to apologize," she said softly. "You refused." Cassandra's voice trembled. "Who are you people?" The doors clicked shut. The manager stumbled forward, pale and sweating. "Mr. Thorne," he stammered, head bowed. "I didn't know." The man raised a hand. Silence. Cassandra's heart pounded. "Thorne," she muttered. "Who the hell is that?" A young waiter whispered, terrified. "You don't know? That's Silas Thorne." Cassandra frowned. "Silas Thorne? The one from the news?" "The same," the waiter said. "The one police won't name. The one judges retire to avoid. The one whose enemies disappear." Cassandra's skin went cold. The soaked woman was his wife. And Silas finally spoke again. "How many insults was that?" "I didn't count," she answered. "But too many." He nodded once, then looked at Cassandra. "Raise your head." She couldn't move. "Raise it." She obeyed, trembling. "You think power has a color," he said. "That education and wealth belong only to white skin. What I have isn't taught or sold. When you touch it without knowing, it cuts you." He stood, quiet authority radiating from every motion. "I'm not a politician or an artist. I don't appear on LinkedIn." He turned slightly to his wife. "But she appears in my life. And when someone disrespects her, it's like spitting in my face." Cassandra's knees buckled. The room seemed smaller. No one moved. Outside, the city lights glittered as if nothing was happening. Inside, every breath was measured, every second stretched thin. The manager tried to speak, but his voice failed. The two suited men stepped forward silently, like shadows summoned without command. Cassandra looked from one to the other, panic rising in her throat. "Please, I didn't know," she whispered. You didn't care," Silas interrupted. "That's worse." His wife's gaze didn't waver. The ice cubes at Cassandra's feet were melting fast, puddles spreading across the polished marble. The hum of the air conditioner sounded like a heartbeat. "Silas," the woman said quietly. He turned his head slightly, listening. "Let her learn," she murmured. Cassandra shook her head. Please, I didn't mean, no one ever does, the woman replied, her voice like glass. But intent doesn't erase consequence. Silas took a step closer, his shadow swallowing the light on her face. Cassandra's breath came short. Please, she gasped. I didn't know who you were. You should have known who you were, he said. That's where it always begins. The room fell silent again. Outside, sirens wailed in the distance. Unrelated but fitting. And then, as if the world held its breath, Silas looked down at his wife's drenched gown, then back at Cassandra. You ruined her dress, he said softly. Cassandra's tears blurred the edges of the room. The two men waited for his signal. He didn't give it yet. The silence deepened, heavy as stone. And somewhere, deep within that quiet, Cassandra finally understood what it meant to be truly powerless. Cassandra burst into tears. I am sorry. I didn't know who she was. And if she were just another black woman? His wife asked, her voice steady but sharp. Would you still have thrown the water? Cassandra's silence said enough. Of course you would, the wife continued. Because people like you don't need a reason for cruelty, just an opportunity. The men in suits stepped forward. Don't touch her, Silas said coldly. The restaurant closes now. Staff stays. Customers leave. She stays with me. The manager trembled. Watch what? A lesson, Silas replied. One you don't forget. Cassandra fell to her knees. This was no fight. It was reckoning. Silas turned to his wife, handed her a handkerchief. She wiped her tears, composed and dignified. The restaurant emptied in silence. Cassandra remained kneeling, her world collapsing. Silas's voice cut through the quiet. Do you know the real punishment? It's not what I do to you. It's what I let you do to yourself. Cassandra sobbed. Please, I wasn't thinking. No, Silas said. You were doing what you were taught, that were beneath you. But today, you learned what happens when you spit on the wrong person. He gestured, and a man brought a silver tray. Inside were a termination letter, a check, and a note. Silence is the only thing you deserve, but you'll live with the noise of what you did. Starting tonight, Silas said, you'll never work in this city again. Every door will shut on you. Cassandra wept harder. His wife crossed her legs. You'll also record a public apology. No makeup, no lies. You'll say exactly what you did and post it. If not, the security footage goes to the press. Cassandra froze. Cameras. Every angle, Silas said. Perfect sound, perfect view. Her heart sank. She was ruined. Don't look for me, Silas added. The only forgiveness you need stands in front of you. Cassandra turned toward the woman she'd humiliated. I don't hate you, the wife said softly. What I feel is pity, because even now, you still believe you're superior. Silas offered his arm. His wife took it. They walked to the door. He paused. One last thing. Every time you enter a restaurant, you'll wonder if it's mine. Half of them are. The door closed behind them. Cassandra stayed on her knees, trembling, invisible. The silence was her punishment, her own words echoing in the cold air. You never know who sits across from you. Respect everyone, because power, color, or money aside, the true test of worth is how you treat those you think are beneath you. Today it was Cassandra. Tomorrow, it could be you.